My name is Willis Lamb, Field Supervisor of the LRTC Technical Large Animal Rescue Team in northwestern Nevada. We are an all-risks team that covers multiple counties and responds to an average of over 500 incidents per year. In parts 1 and 2, we introduce construction netting, loading panels, beneficial tools, and their applications in removing horses from urban areas and roadways, for rapid loading and related techniques during wide area evacuations, and for containment related to transportation incidents. In Part 2, we discuss specific techniques for capture, containment, and loading. In Part 3, we will present more advanced techniques for technical rescue applications and some critical safety issues. Our primary subjects will be horses. For review, horses can be reactive, and managing our energy as handlers or rescuers can be critical. Horses can be extremely sensitive to our energy and even our emotions. Members have to be aware of the animals, but also maintain focus on lead personnel so that commands don't have to be shouted or repeated. Lack of attention can contribute to tactical failures. Everybody get on this side, so you'll want to turn around.
Wow. Magic.
Handlers and rescuers have to work as an organized team, both when moving and working with the animals up close. Horses in particular can be keenly aware of weak spots in the team and of individuals who aren't in sync with the others, calculating escape opportunities based on such vulnerabilities. Humans are a predator species, so staring at prey animals such as horses can be disturbing to them. While in the right situations, a mare stare may cause a horse to move in the desired direction or prevent a challenge to the line, soft eyes have to be the rule. Plus, if you're not staring, you tend to take in more of the overall scene, including what other animals or members are doing. Work calmly, but with purpose, and stay alert for audible changes in the plan if conditions warrant. To understand the relevance of best practices, we need to understand how livestock, particularly horses, see and respond to pressure. As prey animals, horses have approximately 120 degrees of vision with two blind spots, a small one close to the nose and a larger one to the rear. Whiskers help horses compensate for their facial blind spot. However, to the rear, a horse may protect itself from disturbances in its rear blind spot by kicking. Understanding these blind spots can be critical for both movement and safety when close-up handling, as there are times when we need a horse to see and times when it's better that the horse doesn't. For example, in this incident, a range stallion somehow got about 20 feet of fence wire caught around a hind leg. The crew worked from the blind spot so that the horse would not react to the approach of the cutters, but they also had to be careful in the event the horse kicked if inadvertently contacted by the tool. While horses are not totally colorblind, they have limited color vision. They perceive colors from green to blue, which being grazing animals makes sense. Everything else will be some shade of gray. Also, the colors that they do see are not as intense as our color perception. We also need to understand what's commonly known as the horse's drive line. The drive line is located approximately at the horse's shoulder. How pressure is applied to the drive line will affect how and where the horse moves. The logic is pretty simple. Apply pressure behind the drive line and the horse will move forward. Apply pressure forward of the drive line and the horse will stop or yield away. Where this all gets complicated is when the horse perceives pressure from multiple directions. Therefore, it is important that everyone working in an incident pays attention, doesn't get into the horse's line of sight, and in doing so, inadvertently apply conflicting pressure. Nevada is a fence-out state. If you don't want livestock on your property, you're required to put up a legal fence. However, there are plenty of people who have clutter all over their yards that are not fenced. Furthermore, there are people who use the open range as their personal garbage dumps. As a result, range horses get caught up in all sorts of discarded hazards. We receive reports of livestock, mostly horses, caught up in something, often stuck on their legs or hooves. We have to go out, set a trap, then squeeze down the affected animal to resolve the issue. On rare occasions, a veterinarian may be required, but most times we have to deal with the situation ourselves. We'll usually start by setting up a bait trap, which is discussed in greater detail in Part 2. In these instances, we will reposition 2 or 3 panels to make a squeeze chute in order to resolve the animal's problem. These panels are often chained at one end with the other end left open to bait or carefully drive the horses in. Often a small group of horses will end up confined in the squeeze. If they are calm with each other, we may just go ahead and close in the group. Otherwise, we'll attempt to remove the horses that we don't want while holding back our target horse. Whether it's a small group of horses or one horse, we'll squeeze the panels together to limit movement so that we can deal with the issue. When squeezing the panels together, it is critical that we have our backs to the panels when moving them. If a horse reacts and shoves or strikes a panel, you don't want to be facing the panels and get a kneecap struck by a panel rail. If the horses seem overly reactive, we often will leave both ends of our squeeze open for a while so the horses will get used to moving between the panels and will calm down. Then we'll chain one end to a side of the trap corral. If we're patient, we'll have our target horse in the squeeze. Now we can secure it and get to work. Here are some of the tools that we use in these situations. Each unit carries 2 2-inch by 10-foot lengths of rope that we call fat ropes. Fat ropes are used to squeeze chute panels together in front of and behind the horse to limit movement. Twisting the ropes provides plenty of strength, but if a horse becomes reactive due to confinement, by simply letting go of a rope, it will unwind and allow the panels to spread. Another very useful tool is a set of cat tongs, sometimes called cat grabbers. Cat tongs can be used to position ropes and also to reach in and hold on to or remove objects from the squeeze. Occasionally we will use webbing to secure a horse's lower leg when undertaking delicate work. We carry a variety of hooks of different lengths. Yellow J hooks are commonly used. We have other hooks that serve specialized purposes. A really handy hook is one that we made from a long-arm painter's extension pole, bent at the end and covered with a length of rubber hose. We carry a variety of cutters, ranging from small handheld nippers to 36-inch bolt cutters. And of course, we carry a variety of prying tools. We do use a variety of tools, and they will be covered in greater detail in another presentation. Also, when securing a horse from a social group, it's often easier and safer to encourage the horse's mates to stay close, perhaps by providing a bit of high-quality hay. This video is provided solely for orientation and to illustrate our equipment and practices that we have found useful. Persons inexperienced with these activities should receive competent instruction and have sufficient practice to operate safely and confidently when under pressure.
Oh, yay!
Perfect.
Thanks for watching this video. We hope that it has provided you with some useful material. For more information, please visit lrtcrescue.org. Tracy, can you get behind me? Sticking it up here.
She's so calm. Good girl, Ryan. What's it look like, Tracy?